Welcome to Who Put This On, Season 2, Episode 36, where we watch Floribama Shore, Season 1, Episode 1. I'm Chris Lorenz, and I usually wait till the end this time, but please rate us on iTunes and send us suggestions and stuff on Twitter or Facebook. You can email us. Anyway, sitting to my left is...
James.
Fake boobs.
Harrison Hoffman.
And Robert Kitts.
I might be in the minority on this one, but I kind of enjoyed this show.
Whoa.
Oh,
What?
Man.
Oh my goodness.
The surprise twist out of nowhere.
What a fucking twist.
This is the first show that Chris has ever said he's liked.
I enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed it. Okay?
No,
Don't
like,
take
I'm
it
just, like this is some
to
kind
this
of
next
history in
level,
the making.
okay?
This is history, guys.
Hey, Skull Crusher Challenge also made the top third.
Top third, was that a last week's show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't listened to it. I'm not caught up, and I was not on it. But I feel like history has just been made out of the gate.
Whoa, there's a spoiler here. I don't think it's in the top third, but it was an enjoyable show, I thought.
Okay.
Here. Okay, interesting.
All right, Harrison, you want to give us the description here?
Set in the Florida Panhandle along the beach that stretches all the way to Alabama, MTV's Floribama Shore is the story of
Coast.
eight young adults who come to spend the summer in the hottest beach town on the Gulf Coast, Panama City Beach, to party it up and put the real world on hold for just a little bit longer. But each is armed with incredible life experiences and standing at a crossroads, whether it's ending a relationship, tasting independence for the first time, or trying to escape the past. This coming-of-age story captures the very real thrill and angst of being young and trying to figure out the future with a group of people you'll come to call family. That's Floribama Shore on MTV.
Y'all should see
so long.
Y'all should
like
see
the-
James's reaction right
This
now.
is insane. That's the longest fucking description I've ever heard.
That's one of the longer ones that we've
I
seen.
can't even believe it. I'm like, I had something to say like 5 hours ago when you started that description. What the
5
hell?
hours.
There's a lot of emotional
God.
weight to the show that they have to convey in the MTV.com description.
Hell of a description.
Are you done? Like, is it still going?
It's done. It's done.
Oh
Don't
my
worry.
God.
So, AKA, this is Jersey Shore, like 5, I think, because they've done this a couple times.
It's like Jersey Shore, but like Southern edition.
Yeah.
This is all South.
They definitely had at the beginning a lot of like, this is Southern style.
It's
Love
the
it,
southernest season ever.
Oh, it definitely is.
The
Oh,
Southernest season ever?
But what?
Wait, can we go back to Chris's
Sorry.
Southern accent here? Like, this is
That's
amazing.
terrible.
I like this Philly guy trying to pull off this
I
Southern
can't.
accent.
So
do it.
it sounded like he was trying to do like the Colonel, but it just came off as like really bad British.
Whatever. I don't really do accents.
Should we
All
make Chris do the whole episode with that accent?
Lord
man.
knows I've done a whole episode with an accent before.
oh, I know.
I don't think we got great feedback on that episode, if I'm being honest with you. I think we got some emails. It didn't go
right.
well.
No one wants that, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
We can all agree it was not a good
Noted.
accent.
Floribama Shore.
What a show.
Well, I don't even. Where do you even start with this one?
All right.
All right,
So,
it's-
okay, can someone clear up an important detail about Jersey Shore to me?
Yeah.
So, for Jersey Shore, were the people friends in real life before the show, or
No.
did they meet on the show real world style? Because this one seems a little more real world style.
They met on the show.
They met on the show.
Okay.
Chris, have you watched Jersey Shore?
I've watched 4 out of 5 seasons of the
Oh,
Jersey
man.
Shore.
Wow, I didn't even know there were 5 seasons.
Or what? I didn't watch the last season. I
All right.
watched like
Wow.
maybe 1, 2, 3, and then
Okay.
I didn't watch the last
Cool.
season. Whatever.
Should we go around? What's everyone's Jersey Shore knowledge? I have watched 0 episodes of the Jersey Shore.
Wait, so like 0 minutes.
0 minutes.
Wow. Like, so have you seen a commercial for it?
I guess I've seen a commercial. For
Okay, so that's like the extent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen 0 episodes. Like, it's probably been on a TV, like in a room I've been in at some point, but like I haven't actually watched it.
I have watched 2 seasons of Jersey Shore, and I believe it is my first real reality show that I spent time on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like time on, like you was on it.
Max,
Right.
You grew up on the Jersey Shore, right?
That's not only is that false, despite being from New Jersey, I've never been to the Jersey Shore.
Wow.
That's
New York is
why.
Wait, so you're telling me like you never once drove to like Manhattan?
What?
Manhattan's not the Jersey Shore.
No, but like if you're driving from New Jersey, does that like that's the shore?
Not that shore.
That's a different shore.
Different shore.
The Jersey Shore is a different shore.
However,
Oh, so like it's a specific part of Jersey Shore.
It's
Correct.
Hicksville, Jersey.
No, it's just when you're driving to New York, you don't. There's no beach. There's no like place where you could go swimming. Like
It's just yeah.
just the highway.
You don't go swimming in the Hudson River? It's not a
Yeah,
thing?
definitely don't want to be doing
You don't
that.
want to be
Oh,
in the
man.
Hudson.
very
Sully did
large
that.
clips.
I saw Sully on TV the other day. That movie holds up.
Yeah, they didn't look like they had a fun time in the water, though.
No, not so
There's
much.
definitely some classier plate shores like on the Jersey coast. I don't know what classifies as Jersey Shore. Like Wildwood, I think is
Wildwood.
where they were. But
I wouldn't fucking know because I've never been there.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, James, what's your Jersey Shore history?
So I've definitely seen an episode or two of who knows what season. It was just like it was on, people were watching it or something happened, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm watching this. So I could probably like name a few of the people, I guess, if I really had to. And I've seen a few episodes. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, I already
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
seen,
and
I've
Chris,
seen
yeah.
So
I guess
I-
the most of it.
There's Pauly D.
Definitely seen like
DJ
DJ
Pauly
Pauly.
D.
there's a
DJ
season
Pauly D.
where they're on the Jersey Shore.
You got
There's this-
Snooki.
There's a second season where they're on the Jersey
second
Shore.
season.
JWoww.
JWoww. You got JWoww.
Then there's a season where they go to Florida.
Do they go
And
to
then-
the Floribama Shore on
No.
Jersey Shore?
They're not
man.
in Panama City Beach.
Is that an MTV show? Yeah, it's clearly an MTV show.
And then they go to Italy. Is the last thing I know.
Right. The idea of the show is they're all like New Jersey Guidos, even though half of them have not a sense.
They're not
of,
even
like-
from Jersey.
Yeah, New
they're
York,
from
Jersey.
New
But they all
York.
have that Jersey Shore fake tan though.
They do.
I mean, the guys are all stereotyped. I feel like the girls were all different.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like similar to this show. I feel like.
So let's reel it back in because this show is definitely like standing in the shadow of Jersey Shore.
Yes. So like when the Jersey Shore came out, it was like the first, I feel like, reality show that just had like insane people that got you to watch it because there was insane people on it.
There was The Apprentice before that, though.
But like the hook to that was like, hey, come in and
Watch
you
somebody
watch
get a
some
job
people
for-
compete about a job or whatever. Bullshit.
Right.
Still bullshit, but like it definitely relied on the people on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like this show is just like, come watch these crazy fuckers at the beach.
Say insane shit, do insane shit, and sometimes have a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Missy
So
Vi-
it's just like that's like the hook for the show, and you're like, okay, well, definitely not watching that.
We
And-
should-
and
you
there's
hear
not,
from the
there's not
hook.
like another goal of the show, right? Like they're just on the show and there's some cameras.
Yeah.
I think Jersey Shore they had a job, like a day job.
Right. That's
well,
they worked
they
some
might
t-shirt
get a
shop or
They
something.
mentioned something about a job, or well,
I think that we're gonna get into that, but like it's just like the whole premise of the show is like, I don't know, you're at this house,
Well,
you're
this
hanging
is
out
a-
for the summer,
I
we're
mean,
gonna have some cameras
so,
on you
okay.
and see what happens.
How is this different from the real world? Like, isn't this just the real
'Cause
world?
the real world has like competitions and shit.
No, it doesn't.
Does
I've
it?
never watched the real world.
Like,
I don't know.
like actual real world doesn't have competitions. It's just like we picked all these people to live in a house.
but you
or
can
in
get
whatever
kicked
city.
off of the real world.
Can you?
You could definitely people in the house could definitely vote you off of the real world.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize there was a
So it's like a
competition
Big
element to the
Brother
real
I don't
world.
think it's a
style.
competition. It's just like if people just like
They can like evict
don't
you out of the
like
house.
you, they'll just kick you out of the house.
Sure.
Well, there's like the house can vote you out.
So if everybody wants to throw you out of the Floribama Shore house, not possible.
Well, somebody spoilers.
Wow,
There's an
really?
incident in the show where like I definitely want them kicked out of that house.
All right, this is like the whole focal episode of the whole plot of the show. So I think, Chris, you got to break down what happened with this.
Well,
There's
So-
4 guys, there's 4 girls, 1 girl does the thing.
One girl gets blacked out by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, she's just doing.
she didn't get blacked out. She's
Passed out.
at
Like
10
blacked
o'clock.
out, passed
She's
out.
just doing a ton of tequila shots and just drinking a whole bunch because they're getting ready to go out to the club and she's got a
they're
pregame.
pre-gaming, and she is pouring and drinking and consuming a lot of liquor.
She pregamed a little bit too hard,
She did.
some would say.
So then she goes to her bed, and falls asleep immediately, obviously, and doesn't make it out. Then what happens?
Yeah, keep going. You're doing a
me?
good job. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess, I'll roll with it. So she's blacked out. Everyone else in the house is out, partying it up, having a good old time. So she drunkenly kind of gets up. They're kind of in this room where I guess it's two people in a room. There's two twin beds. She's in one of the beds. Her roommate is not there. She's out having fun. She proceeds to take her pants off and just pee right in that other girl's bed. I don't really know how else to sugarcoat it, but she just lets it go. Then she proceeds to lay down and sleep in it until her friends come home and see that she's passed out in the wrong bed, pick her up and put her in the other bed. But then they notice, hey, somebody peed in this bed and there's a puddle of pee on the floor.
It's tough. It kind of looked like she was sleepwalking, and she kind of walked over to like the edge of the bed like it was a toilet and just peed on it like she was.
Definitely looked like she was peeing in the toilet.
That's definitely what happened.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was definitely a producer moment where they told, hey, come here, you should check out that floor. It might be a little damp.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely, because like the girl was back and sleeping in her bed with this like the one on the other side
she just didn't notice
the pee.
Yeah.
So like she didn't notice.
Mm-hmm.
She was gonna notice at some point though.
I don't know, man.
Like the actual sheets were wet.
Only on like
a
if you were
little
on the
bit.
very
They
edge
didn't
of
notice.
the bed.
Oh
didn't
man,
really notice.
so gross.
But then of course the next morning, everyone's talking about the girl that peed the bed.
I can't believe this was not a huge deal.
I mean, it just seems like it's a reoccurring like joke now amongst the house.
Yeah, but it's not like you come up to her and be like, "You fucking peed in my bed." There's no confrontation about this that they showed on the show at all.
That's
it was
surprising.
like just like the guys making fun of her.
Definitely, it was definitely
That was
just the
it.
guys
That's the
making fun of
only
her.
response to this incident. How is that the only response? What is going on with that bed? They have not shown that bed again, and they really want to know if anyone's sleeping in it.
They haven't shown it. We don't know where that other girl whose bed is sleeping now.
No
like,
idea.
So I'm like, I want to know what's going on with the bed.
Well, and I guess in the show's timeline, like we know that they've at least been in the house for 3 whole days. So there's multiple sleeping nights.
There have been 2 nights since the peeing
to our knowledge
that other girls had to find a place to sleep.
Well, the one clip showed the person that peed like sleeping outside on like some sort of couch-ish thing that was outside. But I don't know if that was like a nap or like that was like you're waking up the next day.
Who knows how they cut these things?
So it's like, I want to know what's going on with his bed. It's such a cliffhanger.
Here's a question though. Do you think that like MTV would make like something more out of this than what would be? I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe she sleepwalked into the bathroom and peed in the toilet, and then the producers just like photoshopped the hell out of this thing.
No.
You think they CGI'd like this girl peeing on the bed?
They don't have
threw some Gatorade on the floor. Like, yeah, that girl peed.
They don't have a CGI budget for this show.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
There's no need to do that. These people are insane. So like, you're gonna get the footage. You don't need to like fake a pee incident the first night.
It's too good.
And like spend the money because it definitely didn't look CGI. So you definitely have to spend top dollar for that.
Top dollar.
I mean, it is episode 1. You got to have something to hook people with.
Right.
If you're gonna spend, you spend it on
But then
episode
she
1.
peed in the trash can later. That's just as good.
this
Like,
is this
it's
girl's
like
like,
part of-
signature thing
Like,
peeing.
Definitely.
Chris, you
got to
walk us through the trash can.
There's nothing to say other than like.
Well, they're on the beach.
and she gets hammered again.
Right.
And
There's
she
shotgunning
goes-
beers on the beach. And well, at some point, you drink enough beer on the beach, you got to pee. And so
She's-
there's nowhere else to pee,
she-
so she just goes in a trash can.
She is crushing beers like Stone Cold Steve Austin out there.
Oh man, those
Like-
babies were definitely looking at her, and those families. on
Yeah,
that
she was just
beach.
shotgunning beers
Shotgun a
around
beer
babies.
with like a shovel. Like some dude hits the beer with a shovel.
She was
Yeah, that's not
shotgunning
a bad
beers with
idea.
her sunglasses a bunch too. I've
Her
never
teeth?
even seen that. Yeah, she's like, yeah, just bite it. That's how we do it in Alabama. It's like,
No, that's
whoa.
what the dude said. The
Oh,
dude
was
said
that the guy
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
So, nonetheless, you have at least one crazy character with a signature move.
So, but we didn't really explain. There's this big trash can on the beach, and it just looks like she's like sitting in it.
But the cameras keep zooming in.
And then like some people walk over to her and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then she's kind of like adjusting her under her her swimsuit bottom. There's like you peeing in that garbage can. She's like, "Yeah, whatever," and just walks away. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, of course I did. What do you think? While flipping the double birds.
It's so crazy.
I mean,
man.
I don't let's roll back a little bit. I want to talk about how when they come in, all the girls like all the guys, and all the guys like all the girls. Essentially, at least like there's like a set of 4 of them that are like 2 girls are really like 2 guys are like super hot, and like 2 girls are super hot, and they're just like both of them like each other, and it's like.
Sure, these folks are sort of classic MTV fodder, you know,
Yeah.
straight off of Instagram.
They're
Chris may have asked,
Kinda
what's a
Instagram
Instagram model? what do you think it is, Chris?
What's the difference between an Instagram model and a regular model?
This one is even less relevant.
Yeah.
Less relevant than a model that's like.
Yeah.
This one's just
It was
every
like but an
idiot
Instagram
that's on
model would
Instagram.
probably be more well known, right?
He's
Model-wise?
an influencer.
social media influencer.
Social media influencer.
That's right.
So yeah, there's 4 MTV types and 4 like pretty normal saving people, pretty chill.
I mean, they definitely seem like normal 20s alcoholics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
met a few
no
of
jobs
those.
and no nothing really. Well, one guy's in school. That's about the extent.
Like, yeah, we don't really know what all these people do.
They don't do shit. They're just on this MTV show with nothing better to do.
And for me, this is where this show kind of falls apart. Like, half the crew has no dumb gimmicks.
What do you need a dumb gimmick for?
The reason Jersey Shore worked for me is everybody had like a personality flaw that was kind of fun, or in this group of 9, all 8 of them are terrible and one has a heart of gold. Talking about you,
like-
Vinny from Jersey Shore.
Right. Like, to be fair, we haven't really got into it, but like, you got the big muscle guy, Hercules, aka whatever.
Rob, let's
like,
go
we
over
got
the
all these different
characters.
guys.
Rob's always the best at this.
Rob is usually pretty good.
Do we all the names? I
Yeah,
got the names
we
up.
need the name. The names in short description.
So we got Jeremiah,
He's muscles.
muscles. Also, goes by Clark Kent
Yep.
because he likes to wear nerdy glasses and bow ties.
And suspenders.
Is
And
he the
suspenders.
one that you could see his
Yes.
his ribs?
No.
No.
That's
No.
coming up. That's
Okay.
We're
Gus.
talking
That's
the
Gus.
giant muscle guy that everyone's
I
talking
don't
about.
remember.
Yeah, he's the guy you could see his veins.
the guy who they keep on called Hercules and Clark Kent.
The guy whose shirt looked like it might not have fit.
So then after him,
Let's talk about Gus because Gus already came up.
Hercules, a.k.a. Super Saiyan.
Mini Hercules.
Yeah, Gus is not Hercules. Gus is a different person.
Okay.
Gus is the hair guy. Gus is the dude
Super
with
Saiyan.
the insane hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got insane hair and
Is he the one that wore the hoodie, but it
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
all the shoulder was cut off?
yeah, it was like an
Okay.
insane tank top hoodie thing.
Yeah.
It was like worse than a regular tank top too, because like the back was like shorter than like the front. And it was like,
Also, fun fact on Mini Hercules, only eats his pancakes with sugar-free syrup.
Yeah, that's how he gets that body.
I guess. There you go.
no sugar.
Who else we got?
We got Cody.
Who the fuck's Cody?
Who's Cody?
Good question.
Is that the,
Moving on.
That's not the bigger guy. There's one bigger guy.
There's also Kirk.
Who's Kirk?
literally cannot tell you which one
This is from the IMDb page.
which one is
so-
chin strap and which one is seemingly normal black dude.
We didn't see a lot
Well,
of
explain
chin
both
strap.
of them.
One is a nice Southern boy, sort of not heavy set necessarily, but
He's on the huskier side.
he's on the huskier side.
Comparatively.
Yeah.
Dude's got this insane chin
he's
strap.
the dude that's not ridiculously jacked and lives at the
yeah.
gym.
Yeah.
So that is Cody Butts.
Cody
Get
Butts?
the fuck out of
His
here.
last
Wow.
name is Butts.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the one that pops his collar everywhere he goes.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Real Southern boy, he calls
That
himself.
guy.
And then Kirk
And then there's
Who's
Cobain.
And then there's Kirk.
And then Kirk.
Kirk Midas.
It did look like Kirk was cooking up some barbecue, though. That's
Yeah.
about the only
Okay.
thing he did in the show.
You mean dumping lighter fluid all over his food?
Oh, yeah. That's how they cook it in the South, apparently, in the Floribama shore.
Love that lighter fluid in those burgers.
While the meat's on the grill. I've never seen that before. It's a new one.
Can't be good for the food.
I can't imagine.
All right. Then we got Courtney.
Courtney is the
Oh,
one who peed.
bedwetter.
That's right.
Also, trash can peer.
And she grew up in PCB.
Right.
PCB, by the way, is
I'm
what they
not-
call Panama City Beach.
It's what
I'm
the
not
locals-
sure she's local. I'm not sure she's like local to the beach.
She claimed to be local.
She put the L on her head for local, if you remember.
Oh my god.
That's what it means.
No one does that.
Elf
That's-
local.
How close is Panama City to Panama City Beach?
Probably pretty close.
Is it? Are they like the same thing?
Yeah, like same area, I think.
To clarify, are you talking about the one in Panama?
Yeah.
The one in Florida.
Okay.
Is there a Panama City?
In Panama, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why it's confusing.
Like, I'm assuming there's a Panama City near, like, in the vicinity of Panama City Beach. They shouldn't take the Panama from Panama City and then just put Panama City Beach in Florida. Okay.
You know, they got the sand from Panama City and they brought it over to make the Panama City Beach. That's how it happened.
Okay.
It's
sure.
like Paris, Texas.
Then we got Nilsa, also a local.
Oh, is that her friend?
Yeah.
That's her friend.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the one who seems almost like the main character to a certain degree.
She's the
Lot-
one that
lot of
goes on
focus.
the main date of the episode,
She goes on the first date. Yeah.
which I'm very confused why there's dating happening in the show. But
Because they're just living their lives on the Floribama shore.
Because the producer said so.
So, important question about Nilsa. So, Courtney claims the spot on the carpet is a spilt drink. And Nilsa's like, you're right. Did Nilsa actually believe her, or did she just want to not tell her friend that her friend
I
peed on
don't
the bed?
think that she believed her.
no, what she doesn't want is she doesn't want to be associated to somebody that peed the bed.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
in her
Like that.
best interest.
So she's like in her best interest to let that shit slide
Oh, yeah.
because they're like they would be seen as friends.
And
That's how that situation works out. I don't think she really knows, but that's what she wants to believe, and that's what she's gonna tell everyone.
She's just backing up her friend because she doesn't want to be associated with that. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, to be fair, you can't assume that like the people on the show have seen any of the footage.
no.
Like, I
They
assume they have definitely not.
I don't think they've seen it.
Right.
I mean, I love how the show like interjects into the footage of her peeing while they're talking about that. That is
she must
that's
have been
fantastic.
horrified the first time that she saw that they had that footage. It
Do you,
must have
do you
been.
think that they ever show it to them on the show?
Do you think
I don't know.
yesterday is the first night she ever saw that footage?
It's certainly possible.
That would be amazing.
I feel
You've got
like-
all your friends over. I'm
All
on this
your
TV
friends
show.
and your like family and stuff. So
Mom
I was
and
like,
dad
check
are
me
there.
out.
As a producer of the show, how do you not show it to the other people?
Oh man.
You're like, get a
how-
load of this.
Like, how do you not show it? Like,
Do you think there's like an 8 a.m. meeting like the next day, and they're like, okay, what kind of footage did we get from last night? And it's like, get a load of this. Everyone's like eating donuts and like drinking their coffee, and they're like, I can't believe this girl beat the bed on the first night.
I feel like the producers are definitely knowing about that before 8 a.m. They're like,
Right, they're like,
oh
whatever.
my god, we got a call. We got to like, this is
Oh, you think they're like
amazing.
waking people up? They're like, yo,
You gotta-
producer,
I
wake
don't know
up.
if they're waking people up, but like I bet the texts are going out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, first night's already gold.
oh yeah.
Number one show, MTV. Here we go.
We got the whole thing. We're gonna spin the whole first episode around already.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, then we got Amy. Amy is very Alabama.
Oh, is she the light hair with the? Okay.
So Amy's backstory is she was dating a guy for a long time,
10 years.
10 years, and then he got her cousin pregnant.
Rough.
So it's not his cousin.
But, you
So
know-
No,
that's
it's not
like-
his cousin.
It's her
but
cousin.
it's her cousin. And she's like, in those small towns, you're. I don't remember exactly what phrasing she used, but she's like, you're basically related to half the town anyway.
yeah.
I thought she like insinuated that getting your cousin pregnant was normal in Alabama.
She
not
definitely did.
that like
Also that.
not that like cousins were like you're likely related to the guy next to you. It was more like you're gonna like hook up with your cousin regardless of like how many of them are around you. But I don't know. That's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah.
She's like the more normal person. She's like she's not
super
as
boring.
attractive, so she doesn't seem to be as slutty as the other girls at this point.
I don't know. There was that real
But
quick
she did
shot of
say-
her twerking on a car.
That is true. That's great.
They definitely haven't shown. She just hasn't been in the spotlight. I think, especially for this episode.
Yeah.
It's hard to steal the thunder. She didn't go on a date and she didn't pee in a bed in a trash can. So like, there's only so much airtime.
She did say she wanted to like hook up with people. So like,
Oh yeah.
so she's not Christian.
Was she the one who was like, I just want to have lots of one night stands?
No, I think that was Nilsa.
No, I think someone else said it. Then Nilsa was like, no. Then the confessional's like, actually, yeah.
I believe she was the one that said it.
Okay.
Because she said she just like got that divorce, even though I think the Nilsa as well got a divorce. recently.
So Nilsa definitely is recently divorced.
Oh yeah, and that was a very
With a-
emotional story.
With an
that
out of
a lot people
nowhere,
found.
super emotional story.
Oh, on that story note, you get a good shot of her left hand with a tattoo where like a ring finger would be. And like, is that like a giant
Wait, time out.
mistake?
Where the ring finger would be? It's like
Yeah,
the
on
ring
the ring-
finger wasn't there?
Yeah, yeah. It's just
The
a
whole
tattoo of a finger with a
It's a
tattoo on
of a
it.
finger on it. What do you?
So
what's
it's
going
a
on there?
tattoo on her ring finger where the ring would be.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Everyone got it, Rob. You didn't need to point it out.
He's the fat guy.
I'm just gonna
He's the
throw it
facts
out
guy.
there. And it seems like, that tattoo, it's like people have done it. I feel like it's a mistake. You can't
Yeah.
undo that.
Many tattoos are mistakes, I feel.
Oh, speaking of which, have you guys seen the new rock tattoo he just got done today?
No.
It's insane. I can't believe he's doing it.
What is it?
Describe it.
Can you bring this up when we're done talking
Well,
about
we
the
were talking
show?
about tattoos.
All
I
right,
just saw
all
on
You can't just
Instagram. I don't know.
wild tangents in here.
No, I just want to know. So
Let
nobody's
the
seen it.
man
Anyways,
describe the
we'll have to
tattoo.
post it.
Now I have to see the tattoo. Now it's like a whole 5-minute distraction
No,
because you had to bring up the tattoo.
Everyone just go to Instagram, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's got an insane full upper arm right tattoo
Of what?
Of this skull bull with his tongue hanging out and horns flailing. It's like some kind of death bull. It looks very insane. It's in full
Some
color.
kind of death bowl.
Oh, that's
And
great.
what blows my mind is that like he's like a movie star, like a pretty high listing movie star at this point. And I'm very surprised that he's willing to like get that kind of tattoo that's very standoutish now.
He already has so many tattoos that they just don't CGI it out.
It's some kind of
Oh,
You see
man, that tattoo is
reaction?
insane.
So Rob has pulled
We're
it up
just looking
for
at
him,
it.
and it's very insane.
Can I see it as well?
Wow,
It's-
that's yeah.
It's pretty intense.
Like it's an intense enough tattoo that like it would be distracting in a movie if you saw that
It'd be-
tattoo.
Yeah, that's like when you said bull, I feel like,
Like,
you
it's a
just
skull.
like a giant skull.
That's in the shape of a bull.
and like the
tongue
skull is his
flailing.
whole arm. It's
Yeah.
not like
it's from
and
like
his arm is
shoulder-
not
yeah,
a
it's huge arm.
small arm.
Right.
It'd be like really interesting if you could like make the tattoo in a certain way so that it's like easier to like CGI it out or something.
I wonder if I don't know. I'm just anyways, that was very
That's
surprising.
nuts.
Sorry to take away
That's
from,
okay.
but it was a tattoo tangent.
Have we
Who's
run
our
through all the
fourth,
characters?
no, we
Tattoo.
just,
I wanna-
There's one more.
Tuesday.
One more tattoo thing. So she's got the tattoo on her ring finger on her left hand.
Oh yeah.
But she also has a tattoo of scissors on her right hand. And I want to know the story behind that tattoo.
Yeah,
It's to cut the
what
ring
is
finger
that?
off.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking at first, and I was like, "But why wouldn't you just get like the scissors on the ring?" Like I don't.
I think it's some deep rock, paper, scissors reference.
Oh man.
Right,
So you
we
think
were
she's,
just
like,
talking about
throwing
rock.
and he's like, no, I threw scissors, bitch.
You know,
she can't lose.
She can't
I'm
lose.
sure you could tweet at this person, and they probably would answer about what is that tattoo for?
Should I
Okay.
tweet at her or should who put this on?
Obviously, who put this on? Between
Man, I really hope it's the rock paper scissors reference. That'd be amazing.
So I was hoping there's like paper on her other hand or something.
Oh,
Right.
my God.
or maybe the husband had like some sort of
The husband.
some sort of paper or rock tattoo.
But then like
Previously.
Well, I guess the
then one
accent.
always beats the other. You know.
Maybe one side has one, the other side has the other, so you could choose.
This is a very elaborate rock paper scissors tattoo game you just invented. Nobody wants that.
All right, so who's the last person?
Last person is Candace.
The
Candace.
girl who got her bed peed in the first
Yeah.
night
Yep.
by
Yep.
Courtney.
Everything comes
Courtney?
back.
What was her name?
Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney,
It's
okay.
it's spelt really weird.
Just like with a
But
K.
And
Kortni.
It spells Courtney like that's a new one on me.
That's a Floribama Shore specialty. Courtney.
Do you think that's her actual name or that's her Floribama name?
I
I
think
have
it
no
might be
idea.
her real name. I don't know. Candace, she seems normal.
Which is a more normal name? Courtney, Kortni, or Cody Butts?
Ooh, Cody Butt's
Cody
pretty good.
pretty funny.
I think Cody Butts is probably a more normal name than spelling Courtney like that.
Cody
yeah.
Butts for sure.
All right. So do we have anything to say about Candace? I feel she also didn't get a ton of airtime where she wasn't getting her bed peed in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a lot of screen time.
Yeah,
Well, she
I
had
mean,
that
the
emotional
thing-
response to what's her name?
Nilsa.
Basically
Nilsa's
said
story.
like, good thing you didn't have a baby by a cheater, then your life would be even worse. but
Yeah.
in much better way.
That was a good summary, though.
Yep.
I suppose.
I'm going to bring this back to the peeing thing. I can't believe her reaction wasn't much stronger. Like
Yep.
her reaction was very. I don't think we ever saw the confrontation between the two.
Or
So,
the
like, I
resolution.
don't know what it was.
Is that bed still there with the sheets?
I think so they were all drunk when they got back. I think that muted the reaction.
This not muted my reaction. The next day, I'm
Well,
fucking pissed.
The next day, maybe, if you remember what happened. I don't know.
Well, you're like, oh, I'm sleeping in this guy's bed because somebody fucking peed in my bed. Like, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
reaction there.
like, there's
There's
a
a confrontation there that we definitely should have seen.
Also, it can't smell great, right?
No.
Like I assume.
No,
You just
definitely
pee on
not.
the floor.
And yeah, it's not
Like,
smelling
there's
good.
a
in
reason
there.
we'll just walk around peeing on the floors. It would smell horrible.
I thought you said she couldn't spell good, and I was like, what?
Yeah, her name's Courtney.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. And I was like, why are we talking about this? And they're like, I got it. So, yeah, definitely
Okay.
should smell like pee in there. There's no way you'd think that was a drink.
Right.
No.
I definitely thought she was going to throw open that girl's bed, and then was very surprised to see that she peed in it.
Definitely unexpected because like she just sat down and you're like, okay, she's doing okay. Then she starts like wiggling her panties off, and then
Yeah.
uh-oh.
I definitely thought she sat down that girl's bed and was just about to like throw up all over the floor, and then she just peed. I'm
Just
like,
like
Unexpected.
really unexpected. What would you rather have in your bed? Both are
Neither.
terrible.
Pee, I think.
Definitely pee.
yeah.
It's got to be
You can
easier
wa-
to clean up,
wash
right?
it out.
Oh yeah.
Nobody wants vom in the bed.
No.
That's all kinds of bad.
That's gross.
Whew.
So what
Man.
are some like weird things these characters did? Because I got a couple.
Other than peeing in everywhere?
Yeah.
Well, clothing's pretty insane.
I got one for
The
you.
guy's clothing in particular is real insane on this show.
Tell me.
Well, so we talked about the one dude with like the hoodie with like a tank top. It's like a tank top
It's not.
hoodie.
We had
it's so crazy.
Clark Kent's.
Clark Kent with the suspenders, insane. And then you got like the giant Jack dude wearing shirts that are way too small for him. That
Oh,
like
yeah.
look at cutting off the circulation to his shoulders. That can't be healthy.
He definitely looks
Um,
like he could like Hulk Hogan out of that,
oh,
like just by
he
flexing.
Can't move very much. He's very restricted in that shirt.
I'm surprised
You got-
he hasn't yet.
You got Cody Butts rolling around with his pop collars, like pink shirts, real like Alabama sunglasses
Like, I
going,
feel like that's
boat
like-
shoes and sailboats on his shorts.
A fashion from like 10 years ago, like
Just
20 years
like
ago. Who
The
was popped
South
their collar?
College. Yeah,
Like,
go to
is
Atlanta.
that still a thing?
Oh yeah, go to Atlanta. It's happening.
Okay, I just
It's
want to
happening.
like as a northern guy, like I heard about it and I knew like some people pop their collars, you know, but like I've never actually seen anyone think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fashionable to ever pop their
I'm
collar.
gonna take a picture. I'm going to Charlotte this weekend. I'll send you some pics.
All right.
I bet you I see plenty of pop collars.
Well,
Definitely.
he was the only pop collar on the show.
That's fair.
So like they went out, there was no one with a pop collar.
Who knows? It was also like summertime. People just wearing like real casual in Florida. It's real hot in the summer.
That's fair. Is it the summer? It wasn't very.
They
no
said
one.
they said where do you want to spend the summer or like what are your plans for the summer and
It's true.
stuff.
Maybe it's just beginning of the summer, not that hot yet.
But like no one was in the water.
That was
But
none
also,
of the
no
guys
one's-
went. None of the crew went in the water.
But also, like, no one is ever wearing like any clothes in this show. Like, like the girls are always in like bikinis or underwear. Like the guys never have a shirt on. Like, it must not be that cold.
Well,
Right.
Nisa, that's her name, right?
Nilsa.
Nilsa. Fucking terrible name. She has like
quick reaction there.
Shots fired.
shots fired. Come at me. She's like never wearing a bra and has like I don't even know like G-sized boobs that are all fake. And it's
Wow.
ridiculous.
Chris is having a reaction.
So
here.
that said, she owns it, and I respect that.
Yeah, and she has
she
fake
loves her
everything.
fake
boobs.
lips as well. She confessed.
Sure. If you're gonna do it, just fucking own it. Don't
Yeah,
be like.
I mean,
I
I
wouldn't
feel
do that.
like it's probably better for her. She seems like very confident in herself, and
Sure.
like I'm not sure that's how that was with her, regular like D-sized breasts. I don't really know.
do you think?
I don't think you
these-
go from B to G, so like I have to assume.
Do you think
Or
these
maybe you
predate
do. Who
or
knows?
post-date the marriage?
Good question.
Very good question.
I feel like they're during the marriage.
Oh.
I feel like it's a thing that like she talked him into, and it's a gift for both of them. Like,
Sure.
there's a play to be made about like self-esteem and getting, breast enhancements.
I always
Yeah.
think about my relationships and plays to be made.
Is it possible it's post-divorce just for the MTV show?
Also very possible.
I feel like she seemed more recently divorced and doesn't have really the time to like.
She said she hadn't dated for 3 years. I don't know if that includes.
I have to assume that includes when she was married.
Yeah,
knows?
I got the impression it's like I was married, I wasn't dating.
Okay.
So now I'm dating
Right.
new people.
Sure.
Well, I also took it as the dude was deployed, so he was probably overseas for like a year or two.
There was
came
that
back,
too.
and she wasn't dating, but then he came back.
But
and
he
like, oh, he
was.
was right, and so he was like, "What?" So like, I assume that was so maybe it's like a year after divorce or something.
I mean, it could be. It's definitely not pre-wedding
Sure.
or pre-marriage. It's either during or after, I think.
Well, she's only 24.
And she's. I mean, you have to assume she got married at like 21, or she met this guy at 21.
Right.
Because I think 3 years includes the marriage. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Who cares? What are we
Real?
talking about? I don't know.
real in the weeds.
We thought this fake move situation. When did she get it though, Harrison?
All right.
we gotta know.
The one crazy moment that it's not super big, but like there was one point where the blonde, what's the blonde girl?
Amy.
Shit.
I can't.
There's only four people on the
I
show.
know. Well, she got so little screen time. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Okay. Amy, Alabama. Amy.
Amy took Clark Kent's glasses and put them on and asked everyone if she was a librarian.
She definitely asked that.
Librarian.
That was a much better accent. Like I think you've redeemed yourself a little bit there.
And everyone laughed at her for saying that. And she's like, "What? Do I or don't I? I don't understand what you're talking about."
Yeah. Do I look like a librarian or not?
So I thought that was a pretty funny moment.
That was good. I like that
Pretty good.
moment. It was humorous. How about that? How about that date? I feel like that
Oh
date didn't
shit!
go very
We haven't
good.
even gotten into the date.
You got to
Couple
talk
of
about
dates.
these. There were dose dates.
Dose dates.
So the outfit this guy was wearing was real crazy.
Hercules,
Like,
right?
Hercules, yeah. He's got like the tightest neck shirt I think I've seen on somebody, like willingly, and not just like take this shit off right now.
All his shirts must be brand new because like he wears them once and they got to be all stretched to shit. Like there's no way you get your shirts that tight when you're wearing them multiple times.
I feel like maybe that neck could be that tight.
Maybe he just hulks that every time. The shirt's
man.
off. He doesn't need to worry about washing it.
That's a good point.
I don't.
Strong
you know
point.
how much money these people have. That
Well,
possibly.
as we learned, he blew $150 on this date, which it made it seem like it comes out of their own budget.
So I feel like some of it comes out of their own budget, some won't. Like the beer on the beach,
Right.
probably not.
Right. I think
Like
that's
they go on a fancy dinner date, maybe.
So it's like, hey, there's like all the liquor you want in the house,
Yeah.
but like anything you do outside the house. is
Or
on
there's
you.
like on the club night, they'll pay
they're
for
paying
whatever.
for club night. They're not buying their own drinks at club night.
No.
Yeah, I doubt it. But like,
But on
no, you
dinner-
want
on dates.
dinner? Well, there's some hamburgers and hot dogs in the fridge.
Besides dropping 150 on the first date, what's the stupidest thing this guy did on the first date?
Talking about having a kid.
100%, especially to a lady who just talked to people about having a miscarriage. Also saying, "Hey, can we name it the same thing as me, my dad, and my grandpa?"
Oh, that wasn't Hercules. That
No,
was Gus.
it was.
Oh shit! It's the wrong date.
Oh,
You're talking about the wrong
I
date.
am, might be.
What a douche.
I thought we were talking about that day too.
I thought we were talking about that date
Oh
too.
shit.
I don't know.
James
Either
started
way.
talking about Hercules, which is the second date.
Yeah, when James is talking about the guy whose shirts don't fit, you know he's talking about Hercules.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused. I was half confused for a second there.
I don't know.
We were talking about
Gus is
the
the one
like he
talking
was
about his
wearing the tie and his shirt was so like
The dude with the
neck-
tennis suspenders.
not the suspenders guy.
Oh, that's
He was
Hercules.
wearing a bow tie.
Gus is wearing the non-bow tie. The
Gus
black
was wearing
tie.
a tie that was too long when he cut it, or too long when he tied it, so he cut the bottom off.
That's
the
who
tie.
Chris is talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
because
talking
his
about
ne-
Gus.
like he's
You gotta learn the names of people, dude. What are you doing?
they
Gus.
didn't show the names that often.
It's fine.
But you know
It's
he's
fine.
Gus because he asked, "Hey, my grandpa, my dad, me are all Gus.
Yeah.
On our first date, can I make you promise our kid will be named Gus?" Gus the
It
fourth.
was like if we have a kid, our kid's name is Gus. Get the fuck out.
Maybe.
And I think that was the point she was done with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%.
She
that's
was
the
already
point.
not feeling it, but that was really when she was out.
What track record does Gus have about all his dates, Harrison?
He has never had a girl refuse when he has tried to kiss them.
How'd that go for him on this date?
Not so great this time. He was pretty confident going in because of his undefeated track record.
Hey, I mean, you can't
And,
fail if you never try.
He doesn't know how
That's
to
true.
lose. He
doesn't.
didn't know how.
Didn't
you know,
how.
when you ask somebody, "Hey, is there anything in my hair? Let me get a little closer so you could see."
Yeah.
Trying to get that kiss.
Who the fuck are you?
She made it very clear that she didn't want to kiss him, and then he's just trying these cheesy moves, and she's just playing defense on him. It's pretty great.
Yeah. I thought
That date looked lame.
the date was pretty entertaining to watch. I thought.
It was a hot mess, but that's about it.
That's fair.
I don't know. They just went to like some fancy restaurant. It looked just real boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of dates do you want them to go? You want them to go to like a casino? Would that be more exciting?
That'd be
We're
something.
coming off Bachelorette, where the dates are next level insane.
Yeah.
So
This show isn't even about dates. I don't even know why there are dates in this show.
I didn't know
there was,
there was
never a date on the Jersey Shore ever, like at all.
Well, I mean,
They're like, you want to go hook up or what?
It was just like you get hammered, you hook up with somebody, whatever. There's not like
Yeah. You want to go on a date to the hot tub? Like,
actually,
that's all that
true.
is.
There
Yeah.
were people who were legitimately dating and they never went on dates.
there was no dates on
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah, you good in the hot tub. Like that's all you got to do.
Let's see what else. Oh,
then there's second date
second
that we talked
date.
a little bit about a second
Sorry.
ago.
They go to a hibachi place.
Yep.
Uh,
The girl who peed.
Courtney.
And
the
Clark
bed.
Kent.
I don't
And Clark
understand how she gets a date so soon after she peed in somebody else's bed.
It must just be that Clark Kent thinks she's real hot.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I
And he
mean-
called her a tall drink of water.
You have to, I think, or it's just like never gonna happen. Like I still can't. I can't think of it. I can't imagine
That's
it.
a deal breaker for you, huh?
I need like a week or two to just like let that simmer and like out.
To be fair, she never peed in his bed.
True.
He never saw her pee the bed.
She's peed in
True.
a bed, and
I've seen the footage, so I feel like that's like
Like
my
at this point in the show, he hasn't seen the footage, right?
So,
All he
like-
knows is the girl blacked out and there's a puddle, and people are saying she peed in the bed.
and some
Yeah.
people are saying there's a drink.
Maybe he's on team drink.
Right? Who knows?
Well, so the thing is like she's
Also,
a
it's
hot
part
mess,
of what appeals. Yeah, she's
and
a hot mess.
he knows that
That he likes hot messes.
He must like hot mess. He told her to her face, "When I saw you, I just thought you're a hot mess."
she's peed in a bed and a garbage can since he's known her, and it's only been like 2 days. So.
and she's shotgun like there was like a bunch of shotgunning shots. She was in everyone.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
She was the only one shotgunning, I think.
Well, there was shotgunning. There was the shots the first night. There's the shots the second night. She's
Oh,
just
yeah.
randomly talking to a guy, and he's just sitting, and she's doing shots.
Yeah, that's when he asked her out.
Oh, that's when he asked her
Yeah,
out.
remember? She's like,
Oh my
hey, I got
God.
something to ask you, and she's like in the middle of pouring her shot. She's like, well, like, should I take the shot first or after?
She
He's
clearly
like,
wanted to do the shot
right.
first.
She's like, I kind of want to take this shot right now, but what do you have to say? It's like, why don't you just go do the shot? Okay, he just does the shot. Hey, you want to go on a date with me?
She's just standing at the counter, just pouring liquor shots by herself, just drinking them.
So
Unbelievable.
so she's 21, right?
I don't know.
I think she was
21, 23,
She's definitely
something.
21, dude.
she's the 21-year-old that just moved out. This is her first time away from her parents where she can just like party it up. This is what's happening.
Yeah.
This is like her going to college and going to like your first like couple frat parties. But you actually get like unlimited alcohol.
And there's camera footage of everything you do.
Yeah.
She's obviously just overdoing it because this is her first time.
Oh yeah. And then later she ends up climbing into Hercules' bed
Jeremiah.
and camping out from there. So there's a little bit of an interesting situation going on there because that other girl likes Jeremiah.
Nilsa.
Nilsa.
Yeah, Nilsa likes Jeremiah. So they're kind of together in this bed. What I thought was gonna happen there for a second, so like Jeremiah's like, it's like, oh yeah, it's cool, but like she better not pee the bed. I thought that Nilsa was just gonna spill a little bit of water right there in that sheet of the bed
That would be
because
so
she's
good.
trying because she keeps on saying how she's got this and there's other girls, no competition.
That'd be playing dirty,
No.
though. I think she wants to win
yeah.
it straight up.
Nils has got to go next level. Nils has to pee in the bed
Oh,
and be like, and then when they smell it, they're like, it's definitely pee. You definitely pee.
I was gonna say that, like, it's got to be like maybe she's a pee, maybe she pees in a cup and like comes over and like
Oh no.
dumps a little bit, but like I think it's got to be something that you could smell as pee.
Nils a place to win.
I feel like
Yeah.
I was surprised that Nilsa just didn't swoop in, try to grab Jeremiah and take him to her bed.
I feel like they just don't have the relationship yet to make that kind of move.
I also
They-
feel like she didn't
mean-
know until after they were in bed together. I mean, the editing was weird, so we don't really
We
know
don't
the
really.
timeline
So
there.
let's talk about the ending of the episode because it's particularly strange. So Jeremiah is sort of cuddling up in bed with this girl. You see Nilsa sort of peek around the corner, sort of on all fours for some reason. Peek in, peek it back out, and then randomly start twerking in a room with nobody watching
She knows how to
Except
get on
America.
TV.
except America.
She knows how to get on it.
She's practicing.
Very strange.
Well, the thing
did-
that was strange to me was like, as she's doing that, the boys' room's lights are off, but the like hallway light is on. So it's not like if anyone 1 and 2 or was still awake would obviously see her. Like it's not like she was like super sneaky about it.
I thought it had a nice surreal touch to the end
It
of the
was.
episode.
It was surreal. Yeah.
What else do you have to say about this show?
There's fucking Hercules keeps doing these. I call them micro dabs.
Oh yeah, talk about the dabs.
Every once in a while, he would move his arms in a very strange way, and I'd have to like look at James and say, "Did he just dab?" And James would say, "Oh yeah."
He definitely did.
There's a couple things in the
They're kind
show,
of like flexing dabs, though.
right? Like he's barely moving, but he's doing sort of the right
It's
motion.
a very stiff dab.
Yeah,
Like
it's the dab of somebody who was homeschooled.
Oh, yeah,
Is
we
that
didn't
a
even talk-
burn
we didn't
about
even-
home?
Jeremiah was
Yeah.
homeschooled. I think Nilsa said of that. I think it's kind of hot that Jeremiah is homeschooled.
Oh boy.
There's a couple things in the show that are like sort of my first taste of like, am I out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong. First, the dabbing. Second of all, a lot of them you just say like hashtag regular piece of a sentence.
Hashtag wow.
Somebody said
No,
hashtag
no, it was
why.
hashtag why.
Hashtag why.
It's like, you pee in my bed? Hashtag
Hashtag
why? Wait, who talks like that? What? We're definitely too old now.
We're-
Shit.
I mean, I've definitely said hashtag some sentence out loud before.
like as a joke, I'll say it.
yeah,
This person wasn't joking.
that's true. That wasn't a joke. Like
No.
hashtag Y was definitely like
I
I
don't
An
know.
think
exclamation
that's how
point
you
to the
ask a
statement.
question. You're like, this is how you end your sentences with a hashtag.
I don't know,
All these
Max.
kids
Maybe
just-
when someone pees in your bed, it brings it out of you.
Maybe. Let's see. What else is weird? Oh, somebody refused to say Jesus Christ. They said cheese and rice.
yeah.
oh,
that
the
was pretty
dad
good.
joke guy. He also said other dad jokes.
There's no. I thought it was like a religion thing.
No. He was doing dad jokes.
Oh, my
he did
God.
like another 2 during the episode.
I completely.
And they even had like a very short like interview with him saying like, yeah, I like making like he didn't say dad jokes, but whatever dad jokes are.
Okay.
I think he said old people jokes.
Yeah.
Is
So,
he
I don't
the
remember.
Was he the-
bartender
yeah, I
who
think
works
he's the
at
one that
the
said
like
he-
old
oh.
person bar?
Yeah, he's totally just a bartender for, quote, an old person bar.
Yeah, he wants to hang out with young people his age.
sure.
I like
For
how
the
that dude
summer.
like claimed to be like a psychiatrist and like all these things.
Yeah.
And he's just a fucking bartender. Like, get over yourself, man.
No, I think that was self-aware because he said he was a bartender, and then he was kind of like, "I'm all these things. I don't have any degrees." I think he was like, that was kind of a dad joke kind of thing.
Oh, you took it as a joke. I did not. I just took it as
I get it.
I thought
he's
it
real
was
full of
like he
himself.
took like a 3-month class and like each one of those.
So my interpretation was, as a bartender, these randos come up to him and are like telling him their life story, and so he feels
yeah,
like
that makes sense. But like at that point in time, I had no idea who he was or what he did. I feel like they didn't even say he was a bartender before that, which would require me to understand.
I think they said it, but they went through it pretty quick. Yeah. This show needs the same thing Are You the One has with the caption under every
They
person.
definitely need the captions. I definitely would remember all
Like,
these people through
sure.
captions.
Courtney, the one who peed in the bed.
Bedwetter.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But you can't say, or I don't know if you can say bedwetter. She's also peeing in garbage can.
Right.
It's like just the
Trash
peer.
can pisser.
I like
Can't go all
the,
night on this.
I like
Oh,
the
man.
pier.
The
That's
pier?
great.
It's
The pier.
she pees on it. Courtney, she pees everywhere.
Would that
Hashtag why.
Hashtag why?
would that be or
Hashtag why?
if they had captions? Is that what it would be?
That was pretty
I
good.
really hope so.
What's Gus? Hair guy?
What is Gus? Maybe he's just Gus the Third.
Sugar-free
Gus
syrup?
the third.
Gus, sugar-free syrup.
It's probably some sort of hair reference.
It's got to be the hair reference, right?
I feel like they're generally something that happens during the season, so you have like something to like look forward to.
Maybe.
It's not usually something that happens in the first episode.
Well, that's the thing. Like Courtney, it's what happened to the first episode. Candace, it's some like teaser of like, oh, what's that going to mean? Because we don't know yet.
Right.
Anything else?
No.
I don't know, man.
That's about it.
All right,
Ratings.
ratings. James, you want to give it to me?
Oh, shit. I'm right out of the gate. I wasn't prepared.
You were never prepared.
Dude, I'm always prepared. That's the whole thing. You know?
Were you good
You
in
gotta
school?
be the most prepared by being unprepared sometimes, or something
Stop
like that.
stalling. Just give us
So
your
here's the
ranking.
situation. We were discussing what show to watch, and I'm like, this show's gonna be fucking trash. And
Was this?
I gotta say that I was surprised that it was not as bad as I was thinking it was gonna be.
Sure.
And ultimately, it was kind of watchable and not as bad as I thought. There's some entertaining things that happened, some pretty wild things. I'll be interested to see if that show could like keep it up or what it could sustain. But like, it wasn't that bad. So I feel like it's got to be in the middle. I don't like it there, but I think it's got to be at least for me. Middle of the road, all the way.
Rob.
I'm giving this a bottom third. I
Rob is not having
don't
any
want to
of this
watch
nonsense.
another minute of this show. Like the whole plot of the first episode revolves around peeing in a bed. Like that is not a good sign for your show.
There's a very good episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia that revolves entirely around who pooped in a bed.
That's true.
Was it S1E1? Is that how you pitched the show?
No, it's not.
All right.
There's also an episode
You
of there
can't-
where they just eat cat food the whole time.
You can't choose what they do on the first night. They were just blessed with this opportunity here.
All right,
All right, I got a follow-up thing, but after the ratings are done.
Max. Max, you want to give it to us?
Bottom third, top of the bottom. It was better than I expected it to be, but I don't need to watch any more episodes. Watching this just makes me say, man, I wish I were watching Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Harrison.
It's gonna have to be a bottom third for me as well. It's gonna be towards the top of that bottom. Like it was entertaining to watch here with all you guys because there was some crazy stuff that happened in it. I just can't see myself watching the show like really like going forward. So I guess it has to be bottom.
I mean, as I will say, I probably like the show the most. It's definitely like towards the top of the middle with a chance.
Okay.
If I saw another couple episodes, it has a chance of being in the top third. I think that I really enjoy like these people feel like somewhat genuine, which is like probably something to discuss after ratings. But like the reason I stopped watching the Jersey Shore is because they started really hamming it up, and like for a long time, reality shows were just like people hamming it up really bad, and like especially shows like this where it's like come watch us because we're so crazy, whereas like I don't know if the producers are just much better nowadays or the people they actually can find the right people for these kind of shows, or just people just younger people want to be slutty on TV.
Turns
It's fine.
out people are kind of nuts.
Who knows? I don't know. I really enjoyed watching these people be nuts. Kind of on the same way I like to watch The Room because it's so bad it's good. Like it's not.
This
like,
is definitely like it's bad. It is definitely in the bad that it's good category for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely not like quality entertainment.
right.
But like it was. I enjoyed watching this train wreck, and
But like, if you're gonna watch people that are nuts, why not watch a show like Bromans, which puts nuts people with a weird, interesting premise around it.
Because Broman, I mean, I did like Broman.
sucked.
Broman's was better than this.
It's too forced
Sure.
though. Like this feels like I go to the PCB and like I expect people to be acting like that.
You want people peeing in your bed if you go to
No,
the
I'm not saying I
PCB?
want it. I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me if like some of the crazy stuff you see on the show like isn't that far off from what's happening on that beach.
So there's two reasons. One reason, most of those shows, I feel like the editing and the overall production just kind of blows, and it feels like it wastes a lot of my time. Whereas I feel like the show didn't feel like it was wasting my time. I felt like not every moment, but most moments were like had something interesting or like I was invested in what was going on, even though it was episode 1.
It moves, yeah.
And then the second reason is because I would love to take a summer and just do what they did, where I'm just partying and drinking. So like, there's also some sort of like, envisioning myself there, not necessarily with those exact people, because I don't want to be partying with those crazy people, but like, just hanging out at a beach house all summer sounds amazing.
It's a relatable thing. Unlike you're probably not going to go on that Broman show and be like doing whatever.
Yeah, I don't really want to go on a challenge-esque show. So, like, there's no, like, yeah, let me go do this politicking show. I'm like, this is like, you just go drink and have fun. And
You want to go
like,
live at this house on a beach and just unlimited liquor? Okay.
Yeah, so, like, that's also part of why I think that I
Yeah, I
relate and
agree.
like these shows more than I like these esoteric 90s house,
Sure.
esque shows.
This is a lot better than 90s House.
Oh,
I think we
yeah.
can all agree
Oh, yeah.
on that.
That's got to be like
mean-
loser of the year, right?
But I do
that
feel
was a
like
real piece of shit show.
the Bromans, they even seemed crazier, but yet more real than these people. So I get what you're heading at.
All right. I've brought this up for the pod before, and I brought it up before we watched this show. Do we got to ban MTV for a while?
How many MTV shows have we done?
I
this
say
season?
no.
Too many.
We can't ban it, but we have to not do it for at least like 4 episodes.
Dude, I think you look at the MTV app. We've watched every fucking show on there.
We have
There's so
not
many
watched-
shows on there that Harrison wants to
It's
watch.
everything on the
hey,
front
hey,
page.
hey, hey, hey,
It's
hey.
everything on the front page.
It's not
though.
my idea to watch this show. I did support it,
Who the shit
but
idea
it was
it
not
then?
my idea to watch this show.
I wanted to watch the show.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad it paid off, Chris.
I mean, we didn't do Teen Mom 1 or 2.
That's true.
Or
So in
Teen
the
Mom.
app, it's Team Mom OG.
Whatever. And I do think that there's certain MTV shows that we probably shouldn't have been watching, but they're pumping this one, and I thought it looked fun, so I wanted. It was my vote. We had other options. No one seemed that they had like a real interest in watching any of the other ones, other than they didn't really want to watch this one. So
It's definitely the best out of kind of the latest crop of like Siesta Key, 90s House.
yeah, watching Siesta
like,
Key, man, that show was garbage.
This is better than that, for sure.
Yeah.
Like this isn't 1-800 Ask Gary with his son like setting up like third tier fucking friends in a reality show. This is real producers finding like real crazy people that they'd find that like really set up the show instead of just like trying to make money based on your son. I don't know. Just, like,
Yeah.
that show just didn't work.
Not at all.
Before we move off the show, there's one more thing I'd like to cover.
All right.
I discovered this after we watched the episode. A couple hours before episode 1 aired, MTV tweeted, "Please tune in to Floribama Shore for a very special Jersey Shore announcement.
Uh-oh.
Jersey Shore Family Vacation, coming November 2018.
Wow. They're announcing that thing a year ahead?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
What is-
With the cast? With the old cast?
Old cast except for one of them.
Which one?
Which one?
One who was dating one of the other ones, Sammy. She sucks. Get rid of her.
Sammy might be one of the worst characters.
Yeah.
Was the-
No, this
probably
is
the
literally the best possible universe, except Trump is president.
worst. Oh, I
Oh,
don't.
boy.
You've only watched 2 seasons. There's like 3 or 4 more seasons left.
I
You
didn't
see
have
when
plans
you-
this weekend yet, but
I'm just, if you're excited about Reunion, maybe you should finish the show.
yeah, I should.
Then there's like that Snooki and whatever show.
I don't need to watch
And
that
then,
shit.
like-
JWoww?
Yeah,
Aren't
and
they
there's
buds?
probably some other spin-offs you could watch too.
I don't need to watch that shit. I'm all about the 8 or 9 or 10 of them together.
I can do say that I enjoyed the Jersey Shore for like the gym tan laundry thing. got,
GTL's
like,
good. Cabs
real-
are here is good.
T-shirt
Just-
time. Like they had some great like catchphrases, which did not like
Right.
no one here has any at the moment. I feel like you can't be too close to the Jersey Shore. It's got to be its own thing.
We'll see.
Well, I mean, will we, Mister Bottom Tier there?
Let's ban MTV
I
until
feel
Jersey
like
Shore
you
comes
guys
back.
like Max is over hating on this show, but I feel like this is Max's show.
No, I don't like the show because I'd rather watch Jersey Shore.
That's not how the system works.
It is.
No,
This
you don't stack rank.
That's exactly what we're doing.
That's all the system is.
Whatever. It's so
What
far
is the James
skewed.
rating other than a stack ranking?
all right.
All right. So, Harrison, I think you might have some sort of.
Well, I was told that the challenge updates might be getting a little bit long, so I can try and keep this a little bit brief. But there were two things that happened recently on the challenge. So there was the finale, reunion show, and the premiere of Chance vs. Stars. Only a couple things worth talking about from the reunion show. The first thing is they finally had the Big Tony moment. They were all waiting for.
I also
And-
watched the Big Tony moment.
Oh boy! So in an unexpected turn of events, Tony's girlfriend is sitting in the VIP area with TJ Lavin.
The whole time, or just shows up?
It seems like the
time.
whole time, and
so he doesn't know she's there, or like
He knows.
no,
We don't know
he
who
knows.
she is.
We just don't know
Oh.
until it becomes apparent who she is, and then at some point, like they bring Tony up. They're talking about this whole situation, and then the Miz is interviewing Tony's girlfriend, and TJ's holding the mic for her, and it's a whole insane situation. But all in all, they're still together, and she was defending Tony on TV, which I was a little bit surprised about, based on how that whole thing went down. But
Yeah.
they're still together, and they're doing it. So
you want to
great
give his
for them.
explanation of why he lied?
Yeah. Like his explanation was basically that he just didn't want to have the discussion on TV, which is kind of what he said on the show too. But yeah, it's
Except he came home and didn't tell her then either.
that also.
And she's like, yeah, it's okay.
I'm not sure exactly what happened there, because it did seem like on the show that when Tony came home, he didn't bring up the Camilla situation until there was like a leaked screen grab of the episode online or something with them making out. So something happened there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's that. And then when
Did it meet your expectation?
it was extremely awkward. It met my awkwardness expectations. I was surprised that they're still together. But good for them, I guess.
Is
it? Is it? I don't know. I guess if they're happy and they're moving on, it seems pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's whatever. What else you got?
I agree.
It's
Not much to talk about.
Who cares?
Yeah. So, and then there was the announcement of the winner. So we had Jordan and Camilla were the winners of the season,
Boo.
which I
wow.
can't fucking believe Camilla won.
How did she win with that breakdown?
Yeah.
Racists keep winning.
Yeah. It's yeah. Camilla won.
At least Derek didn't win.
It only makes sense. It's 2017.
I didn't like Derek by the end of
Yeah,
that.
he was alright. He was
He
whatever.
seemed like he became more and more of a dick over time.
yeah.
Just a huge asshole. I don't know.
Really?
I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
hard to tell
Who knows?
personalities of these people.
It seemed like he was one of the least confrontational people there.
Until the challenge, then he just seemed like a
Well,
real
he got. I
asshole.
think
Oh.
what happened is he got so close to the end, and he
Right.
really wanted to win.
Right.
He started becoming more dickish.
Yeah.
And then when he's at the beginning, he just comes back after what? How many years off the challenge?
Right.
And
Just sleeping all the
just
time.
just he's not sure he's up to the challenge, to snuff. But getting all the way to the end, I feel like. he
Yeah,
got
it's just
more cocky.
competitive vibes, and he's like kind of an asshole.
Well, I feel
competitor.
like you're the last 3 or 4 people. He gets only some people might get more cocky and try to push people away so that they can he can focus more and try to win. I don't know.
So Camilla won and Jordan won.
Well, it was obvious Jordan won.
It was obvious that Jordan was going to win. I thought that Tori was going to win, but she came in third. So, so yeah, they won a shit ton of money, like $450,000 each.
Yep.
I think so. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then
Pretty good.
15,000 for second and 10 for third.
So then this whole thing rolled into the premiere of Champs vs. Stars, hosted by The Miz again, and I can safely say The Miz is a much better host than Victor Cruz.
But what about TJ Lavin?
I don't think he's better than TJ Lavin yet, but we'll see.
Luda?
See where it goes.
Better worse.
Luda, I don't know, man. Luda's a pretty good host.
We'll see.
Luda's a pretty good host. We'll see.
Can't
but,
believe they didn't get Luda for this show.
But
What about Steve Austin?
he brings a lot of energy.
Better than Steve Austin.
I was missing Steve Austin's play-by-play a little bit. I could
If
use a
you
little
could
Steve
get
Austin
The Miz
play-by-play.
and Stone Cold to both co-host,
Be great.
You've got the color commentator and you've got the play-by-play guy.
Yeah,
You'd be doing pretty good.
that'd be ideal.
Is Stone Cold just like chucking beers at the competitors?
He does not chug beers anymore.
You gotta listen.
Why is he not
James, you
chucking
gotta listen to the
beers?
pod.
I know. I'm in pod.
We talk a
deck.
lot about Stone Cold crushing beer.
Yeah, he's got to be crushing the beers. I don't.
He crushes 0 beers in that show. It's very
That's-
disappointing.
It's a real disappointment. That's a real letdown.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So it's called Chance vs. Stars. There's not really a lot of celebrities on there, I would say.
What's
There's
name
one
star?
celebrity.
Who you
one
got?
celebrity.
Terrell Owens
T.O.
is
is the only one.
the celebrity. T.O.'s on the show.
He's got to crush this whole thing. If he doesn't win this, then
Yeah.
like that's a real disappointment for that guy.
T.O.'s the last one to show up, and like when they're all hanging out, and then T.O. just walks in, like, oh shit, T.O. is here. Like this is an insane situation.
Does he like walk in and start signing everyone's shirt for him?
Pretty
That'd be
much,
great.
yeah.
He walks in, yo, I'm T.O. and just starts signing everybody's shirt with like a Sharpie.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, standard first episode stuff. Giant Bananas is talking shit to the celebrities. There's some challenges that happen.
Corey
and-
tries and hooks up with a quote-unquote celebrity.
Oh yeah, Corey puts the moves on
Corey.
on one of the stars, like real easy there.
Who's
And,
another star on the show?
You got Sean Johnson.
Sean Johnson's the other one who's recognizable.
I would say Riff Raff.
Riff Raff.
Oh, Riff Raff. Okay, Riff Raff is on the show.
What's a riffraff?
What's a Riff Raff? Okay.
Okay. Have you ever seen the movie Spring Breakers?
No, but I've seen the trailer, so I know what movie you're talking about.
Okay. Do you know the character James Franco plays?
I mean, I know that he's in the movie and plays a character.
Do you ever see him with the fake grills? The fake grill, like
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
It's like Green Goblin.
He-
Okay,
he's
yeah.
playing a fake Riff Raff.
he's
But there's
just
a real
yeah.
version of that.
There's a real version of the dude that James Franco's playing in this movie. Is what you're
Yeah.
telling me?
Yeah.
That's the disaster artist.
Oh my god.
He's just an insane rapper guy,
Okay,
basically.
that no
And
one's
he
ever
looks
heard of.
nuts, and this dude Riff Raff.
people have heard of him.
Oh yeah,
Just because you haven't heard of him.
people heard of Riff Raff
I guess
before.
I'm too old, man. I don't know.
And yeah, so he's on there. Corey hooks up with somebody. Corey gets, spoiler alert, Corey gets eliminated in the first episode of the season. He gets eliminated in the first episode of the season to some scrawny dude on the other team who volunteered for the elimination challenge.
Oh, yeah.
He got knocked out.
Corey sucking.
Yeah,
Is there a
but
redemption house?
It was a
No.
little bit unfair because the dude on the other side was a former baseball player, and the competition was very heavy on throwing. So I think he's a pitcher actually. So that
Oh, no.
that was a little bit.
What's what's the format of the show for like team me up for the season of the show? Like
Format-
I haven't seen any of it. What's the
format of the
what's
show?
what do you know?
It's all for charity. And then there's a team of champs and a team of stars, and then they compete against each other in challenges, and then the
Like
winning
as teams,
as
like
teams
the champs versus the stars
as teams,
Okay.
and then I'm not sure if that's gonna be what it always is. But at least in the first one, it's basically like a big pulled it like each team had to pull like a semi truck or something insane. It's like kind of like a tug of war kind of thing, and yeah. So then they compete in a challenge, and then whichever team wins gets to nominate an MVP from their team. The MVP's charity gets money from the challenge, and also gets to nominate who else is going to go in on their team or something like
Okay.
that. And then
and then standard format stuff.
and
you're
then the
gonna
other team
eliminate
has to nominate
people
somebody.
and whittle it
They go
down
into
and-
elimination. They're only eliminating one every week, so there's a guy's elimination and a girl's elimination.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, it's
It's very similar to champs versus pros.
yeah, it seems similarly. It seems a little bit better than Champs versus Pros so far, but similarly low budget. They're not staying in a house together, but they all do seem like they're staying in a hotel together, based on some things that happen. Oh,
Is there politicking going on?
Corey. Corey was trying to make some moves,
It's
but I didn't even talk about the craziest thing that happened yet in this episode,
What
and I think
happens?
Max might already know about it.
I don't remember.
But
Can't have been that good.
so
I don't remember either, and I've seen it.
so at some point
Did
in
anyone pee in a bed?
Oh no, close though. So at some point, Camilla
yeah.
At some point, Camilla, for some reason, which is not close, so she just got super drunk in the middle of the day or something, and then goes and punches one of the production people, and then steals a golf cart and just starts hauling ass off the set. And then they basically like track her down, and then they boot her off the show because she assaulted the production person and stole this golf cart.
And that's
She's
why she
done.
wasn't in the finale.
So
Yeah.
like, do you think the dude like said something to her?
No, I
What
feel
dude?
like she was
Provoked
just
her?
probably real drunk.
Yeah, that
Oh.
like that's not what it's not like she was just running around. She just hit this dude and then just was booking away.
Oh man.
But
okay.
like it
I mean,
seems like
she claims she didn't remember.
yeah,
So
it seems like she might be done.
she's
Rumor has
definitely
it she is off of MTV for life.
Man,
2-time ban, you get 2 strikes.
well she's had more than 2 strikes.
Oh,
she
the Camilla.
definitely.
There's a
she's never had
pattern.
any production.
Right.
She's hit people on the show.
Yeah. I just think that there's been a few in a row, like the last like 3 seasons in a row. She's had some crazy incident,
Done.
so she's done.
What do you think? What do you think she can go do next?
I don't know, but she's got that
Wouldn't say much.
450K to sit on
450K.
for a little
She's
bit,
going to be an Instagram model,
probably.
For
So,
like
yeah.
Nazis.
Instagram influencer.
So yeah, so we're all, the challenge never sleeps. We're off on a new season. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like I need to stop watching this show.
you know,
I'm running out of hours in the day to like find time for the show. Is the is the
Well,
real
sometimes I
problem.
just put it on at work just to have on the side.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't really need to pay attention at all.
for sure.
Or like if I'm playing a video game or something, it's like something that you could pop on some screen that. But like I feel like the show just, sometimes it's produced super well. Sometimes it's just like,
Slow.
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
there's nothing in between. There's something just like you're booking it. There's nice, some nice drama. There's a nice challenge. You get a lot of content in an hour, and sometimes you just like. You just spent 2 hours interviewing people, and then you told me who won, and like that's unacceptable.
Yep.
Can we all
No
agree
doubt.
that the reunion show was a disaster?
It was that was a bad
horrible.
idea.
The
way-
whole
the way
like
they did it.
reveal, the Miz, everything about that show was terrible.
TJ in the VIP section is
That was
pretty
good.
pretty ridiculous.
The first part, he didn't even say like
I-
2 words.
The first finale, part 1, was absolutely the worst.
Yeah,
It was
it was bad.
atrocious.
I couldn't watch it. The second one, I watched a couple segments, and then they saved all of the good stuff for the second half,
Yeah.
like the Tony thing, and there's like some Corey interview and like something else, and I was like, it was actually interesting. Whereas like the first half was just like
They had the
I couldn't even watch.
they had the team Jenna Kayla interview in this one. Yeah.
I don't know. Ugh.
And Rob, do you have the other update for us?
Give a quick Are You the One update. There's still O for Truth booth. I think there's 2 episodes left, so they have 2 more light shows to try to get it. And it's funny because like they had their best one yet. They got 5 out of 11.
No
And-
way are they getting 11.
And then they're so confident. And then they're talking about like this one we got to get 7 minimum, and they only get 3.
Oh,
And they're still not using any good strategy and stuff like that. And the next time on, Keith, aka Cray Hunter, clearly sits everyone down and is like, "Hey guys, we finally got to start doing the math on this and trying to figure out how we get the right data." And so it sounds like they basically let him run the whole next light show, and it's probably going to be a disaster. But
Who knows?
So let me get this straight. So the first season, like this is like a game show.
yeah,
The first season, people take it very seriously. Like
Yep.
come up with strategies,
yeah,
and then they're like, "No, you can't use those strategies because that's cheating." And then don't let them do them again because you can't bring a pen and pencil
Correct.
to actually figure them out.
But
Correct.
like this really seems like these people aren't just been like they were told that they couldn't use pen and paper, that they're just idiots about how they're doing this. Like that they are not thinking about it like a game show. They're thinking about it like a dating show.
You
And
can
that's
strategize without
totally
pen and paper.
wrong.
No, I mean, yes, you can strategize, but I don't know who it was that told me. I forget. I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
brought it
like this season when they like started using pen and paper, like
Oh, that was Max. Yeah, Max.
yeah,
told you.
they're just like that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you said it was the removed the pen and pencils from the house. It makes that like actually strategizing much harder.
Because like is a recurring thing that people get sort of a connection. They go in the truth booth, get told they're not a match, but keep trying to kind of date, and they get mad when their person's talking to other people, and it's like that's not how you're going to win the $1 million. It's a real bad idea.
And have we determined that the $1 million is split between all 22 of them?
It's gotta
Yes. Yes.
So
The
they're all
$1 million
getting what, like 10 grand?
It's less than 50 grand.
Like after taxes, like that's you're not getting
It's
a
not
whole lot.
great.
Even 20 grand.
Sure.
Okay.
It's definitely not great, but
So, like,
They're also being paid to be on this show, though.
the more I think about it, though, like the thing where they said like if you get 0, you lose half the money. Like it's partly because getting 0 is actually a lot of data,
Yeah.
and it's actually kind of a good like it's way better to get 0 than to get 1.
100%.
1 doesn't really help you. 0 actually would help a lot. So
You could just mark a ton off the list. It was like,
Well,
well,
then
yeah.
it's just like no one could say that they should be together.
yeah, it's like
Because
everyone
everyone would have to split up.
all 11 are wrong, and you can figure out from that because they've kept everything. They're like, oh, this is the one that's still a beam, and then they go in the truth booth, and it's not true. So now, like, I flipped around. I was kind of hoping they'd get some now. Now I want them to go for truth booth and just be a disaster and not win any money.
So my sister said that watched like the first episode after we watched it, and I asked her, "What do you think?" And she's like, "Yeah, they're never gonna get it, like from the start."
Oh, interesting.
So like it was pretty. She's watched all of the seasons, so like she probably has a better idea of, watching
So-
the good episodes versus the bad, and like you
That's
can
actually a good
clearly
segue.
tell.
I was going to ask Harrison, but I'll also ask you. So, your sisters watch every season. We had Annabeth on the pod who recommended this as her
Yeah.
favorite show. I
Yeah.
wonder, like, how good is this season? Is this like a mediocre season? Is this a top-notch season? Is this an average season? Like, do we have any sense of how good this season compares to past seasons?
I feel like I asked my sister, and she said that it was pretty mediocre
Mhm.
comparatively.
I've seen
But I have
people on the
to-
internet say the same.
But I could ask her specifically.
Well, listen, people on the internet are going to be hating.
Sure.
But
Sure,
I
sure.
want to get like our more trusted confidants.
Sure.
in.
I'm not sure my sister's a great confidant.
Shots fired.
Oh no.
Shows she watches. So like,
Do you get a sense from Annabeth how the
Yeah.
season compares?
So Annabeth said that it was a good season, like probably not like the best one that she's seen, but pretty good.
Pretty good. All right.
She doesn't love the host change that happened for this season.
Well, she doesn't like
Is it-
Tej.
She liked the old host better for sure, but like emphasized to me that it's not as much about the game and whether or not they win, but it's more about the journey with this show. So that's the way to kind of take it and watch it, I guess.
yeah, I'm like, so the way that you guys describe the season, like the game is just useless and not useful at all. It's just like these people in a house hanging out, trying to date each other, and like just completely ignoring the show, the challenge.
Well, the the game, like I don't think that they ever expect people to win this game. It's just like this forcing function to like make these people hook up a whole bunch and create these insane situations.
Sure.
Like,
But they've won, I think, right?
have they? I don't know.
I think they've won.
Don't tell me what season it is if they have.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they've won. So like, I think it's possible to win,
Yeah.
but you have to treat it like it's an actual
Yep.
game you want to win.
It's
not
just-
just this like let's date.
It's-
show.
it's like, are you trying to date or are you trying to win the game?
Something that's
It's a
kind of
different
driving
thing.
me crazy at the show is that every light show, TJ has this long soliloquy explaining how the light show works, and it's like we get it, we know
Like
how it
no
works.
one's popping up in episode 7.
and they make them they make the people shout $1 million, and now like at first they were all like really piped up like $1 million, and now there's like $1 million
Because they know they're not getting
because they know they're not getting
Oh man.
it. In terms of challenge potential, I'm wondering if because they're so bad that there's gonna be like we don't want any one of these. But I think Keith actually, he's someone who's like taking the game kind of seriously and seems
Yeah.
like he's kind of smart, but he's also like an idiot in terms of who he's dating. So I think maybe that gives him. So he's also now on my challenge radar.
Okay.
I would
okay.
say I could see Keith. I could see crowd favorite Olivia, which is spelled with an A, not an O for some reason.
Yep.
And Team Crazy Kareem.
Cream.
I really hope Kareem is off TV forever after this.
He's like the most mentally abusive piece of shit I've seen on TV in quite some time.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I still say my number one's Michael. I think Michael is built for more MTV shows.
Oh, Hercules too.
Hercules too. That's right.
So is the challenge the only place for MTV reality show like contestants to also appear in?
It's
Like,
the only
if
place
you're
where they can
on-
go from there.
Like if you are the one, can you show up in like Floribama or whatever like 90s house?
I don't know if they do a lot of
Holy
crossovers like that.
Shit. Could
Like-
they have a like Jersey Shore on the challenge?
I don't
Once
know,
they-
probably.
They could.
Like, could you have them show up in like the real world? Because it's just like, just take the same people and put them on a different show.
Maybe.
I feel like that they try and do some more fresh meat, but
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if the challenge is the only place, you know, there's only a certain type of person that can be on the
Fear
challenge.
Factor
Mhm.
did challenge crossover.
Yeah.
You definitely be on Fear Factor. So we screwed up. Harrison,
Okay.
who from the Floribama Shore cast would make the best appearance on the challenge?
Oh man, it's definitely the girl peeing in the bed for sure.
Oh man.
Kayla already blazed the trail for her. Like
Courtney.
it's yeah. So it's yeah for sure.
We don't know how well these people actually are physically. Like, just
Not
because
Hercules?
you look like
Hercules.
you've got like a ton of muscles and like take some steroids doesn't mean you're actually going to be good at like physical challenges.
Agreed.
So
But they already got they're working on the Paula Dickin.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the politicking, you know, next level if you get some of those people in, I think.
Courtney's house game has a lot of headroom.
I mean, the problem with the politicking on the challenge now, though, is that all the challenge like champs are like getting pretty old, and they have
Yeah.
like, kids and stuff, so they're not like in the politicking game. So like,
That's why they got to bring
you
in
bring
some,
you only bring in like 4 to like 6 fresh people, so like those are the only real politicking contestants, you know, plus Corey.
Yeah, I mean,
so like.
Corey slept with like 3 girls last season, so
So like I mean Corey was the only one though.
yeah.
Like you bought an ammo, which is like I don't know where he sits. If he just didn't
Yeah.
seem like that guy.
Wow. what just happened there?
Yeah.
You just kind of walked away from that one.
Yeah, I'm
mid-sentence.
walking away from that one.
Okay.
That's what's happening. If you want to go back to it, feel free.
No, I'm good. I've been over this for a while.
Yeah, so maybe they'll take that to the next level. Like maybe it'll be Challenge 31, Paula Dickin. Like that's the
Wait.
theme of this.
So we already know the theme for Challenge 31.
I bet it's not Paula Dickin. That can't be right.
That'd be great.
I want to say the theme is like vengeance.
Oh, vengeance.
Hell of a theme.
So it's like a rivals kind of.
Or a bad blood. I don't know.
It would be great if it was like a couples version.
Ooh.
You mean like a Battle of the Exes kind of season?
No, like
Oh, like they're together.
everyone is single and you have to like couple up, like combine BIP with the challenge.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Like you want to increase the politicking. So like
Vendettas.
Vendettas. I like it. It sounds like the new rivals.
could be. I don't know.
I feel like there wasn't enough club nights in this last season.
Like
The challenge.
There's only
Yeah.
like 2 club nights.
yeah, but we got some big moments out
I
of
think
those
it
club
started
nights.
getting too nuts. Like we can't go to the club anymore, guys.
but there wasn't really any politicking going on all
Right.
season.
Not much.
It was just like Corey already hooked up with those 3 girls, and like some of them were rekindled, some of them weren't.
Yeah, and then Tony made out with Camilla.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
that
Yeah.
was so like. I feel like that's definitely a key part of the challenge that was missing.
Yeah. Well, the person that coined the term sent herself home in the first episode, so there's that too.
Well, maybe we were just spoiled because like Invasion of the Champions definitely had a bunch of just newbies come on, where like politicking was definitely part of the game.
Oh yeah.
Whereas like when it's just like a regular season, I'm not really sure how much politicking is part of the game. When you're like paired up with your ex, or like you're paired up with like your rival, like
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much it really matters.
Game's a little
compared-
bit different.
like, comparatively.
I guess you got to go back to BIP for that good old Paula Dickin.
BIP is politicking the show. I've been watching Mindhunter.
Oh.
It was been my plane because I couldn't download the Punisher.
I heard that was good. How was it?
It's it starts out pretty slow, and it's definitely like this slow drama. So like I didn't really like the first couple episodes, but as I've gotten deeper, I've started to really enjoy it.
There is one thing that you, me, and Rob would greatly appreciate about this show, which is it stars as an FBI employee, Olivia, what's her face?
Yeah, Olivia
Dunn?
No,
From Fringe?
From Fringe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Olivia Dunham is the character's name.
Yeah.
The actor name.
Anna Torv.
Anna
Torv.
Yeah.
You can call her Olivia Dunham. It's fine.
Yeah. I was just trying to place it in the right spot. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
Is she allowed to use her real accent, or is she using an American accent?
American accent.
Got it.
I mean, she's not the main character, but she's like right off the main character.
Yeah.
What episode do we find out she has secret superpowers?
Season 2, episode 3.
So they're waiting for season 2 this time.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. A little slow. Anyone else got anything they want to?
The other day, I watched the American version of If You Are the One,
Oh,
hosted by George Lopez.
You didn't
Uh-oh.
save it for the pod?
Jorge.
So is this the Fox version from like a while ago?
I don't know what
Or
channel
is this
it
like
was
a
on.
new one?
No, this is like from 2012. It had
Okay.
8 episodes. It died.
Did you watch all 8?
No, I watched one episode.
Okay.
It was okay.
So-
It was better than I expected it to be.
Do we gotta put it in the? Do we gotta keep it in the queue? It's in the queue.
We've been doing a lot of dating shows. We'll put it in the queue.
It's in the queue.
Is
Should I
this
take it out?
is this a dating show?
It's called Take Me Out.
No, I meant this. Like, what dating shows
Floribama
have we
Shore
done
is that a
recently?
dating show.
They
Like,
date.
I'm just like we haven't been doing dating shows.
Are you
recently.
the one?
Yeah, that was like
Uh,
10 episodes ago.
Scared Naked or whatever it's called.
Scared Famous?
was
Yeah.
not a dating show. I just
about
question.
I'll throw it
Steve
in
Scared
Austin's
Naked.
Bone Crusher.
Broken Skull Challenge.
Yeah.
like shows we haven't done recently are dating shows and naked shows.
Yeah.
That it, guys?
Take us home, Chris.
We done? We done? All right.
Yeah.
Please rate us on iTunes at Who Put This On. You can find us on Facebook.com/Who Put This On and Twitter at Who Put This On. You can email us questions at whoputthison@gmail.com. And we'll see you guys next time.
This podcast brought to you by some sort of underwear company and some sort of bed company. Bed company. It's a bed.
Get your sheets that repel the pee.